quite late here. It's nearly 10 o'clock actually, and I am about to go to bed. See, I'm being very good, working through my goo. And I use that term a lot, the goo. Well, it's not me, it's a lot of people use the term the goo, and the goo is what we call it when you're growing. It's not fun because I'm getting a bit deeper than I expected to actually, because the familiar self, who repeats the same patterns, who does the same things, hello, give me a wave and hello. The familiar self is familiar. It's safe. We're used to it. It's not pushing us at any point. And when we grow, it's uncomfortable. We have to unlearn patterns. We have to learn new patterns. And whether these patterns are good for us or not, our mind, the subconscious mind underneath, that we're not aware of, is constantly resisting. It's going like, no, this is different, this is scary, I don't like this. And that feeling when we're going through it is the goo. So I'm working through my goo, which is why this is going to be very, very quick. Just wanted to hop on because I had a really interesting conversation. This is how I start so many of my lives, isn't it? I had this really interesting conversation with a very wonderful human being called Becky Shuttleworth, and this is a really good moment actually, and it wasn't originally why I came on. Becky and I are doing a series of lives, and they start tomorrow. So Becky is from Bumi Yoga, and she supports, she could tell it so much better than I do. So she is a yoga instructor, and she uses yoga with children to teach them about their own self-worth, to do the things, and this is why Becky and I get on so well. And it's not just because we're both former primary teachers. She was early years and I was key stage 2, and although we didn't know each other then, or it turns out our paths crossed and we didn't know, which is a bit unnerving, but in a wonderful way. When I used to work in London, which is where she lived and worked and is still. So Becky and I are really passionate, as you know, about healing, about not being held back by your stories and the cycles. And so I work with people, with adults, with parents and grandparents and carers who want to not pass their cycles, their baggage, their crap. They don't want to pass that on to the next generation. But no, and unfortunately, through no fault of their own, they didn't get the best parenting when they grew up. And it might not have been anybody's fault. It might have just been because their parents didn't have skills, because they had these cycles. You see how it goes down and down and down. This is an intergenerational cycle, and they want to break that cycle, and they don't have the skills, which is why I help with the healing and the skills, because that is how we get to be the parent we want to be. And now Becky does this really awesome thing where so I help the parents who have this baggage to unload it, repick it, and to load their bags with the stuff that they want, that serves them and their children. And Becky supports the children so that the children don't grow up with this baggage, or we can never guarantee that, but with resilience, with this self-love. I just did a podcast interview. I know I've messaged some people about it. I just did a podcast interview with a wonderful man called Josh, who he's been talking about radical self-esteem, and we sort of went off on a tangent about how, isn't it a bit shit that self-esteem is radical, to truly love yourself. So he was talking and I was talking about truly loving yourself for who you are, and I'm just realizing the universe is hammering a message home, because I've had this message so many times over the last 24 hours. It's hammering this message home that we are worthy of love and respect. And Josh, hopefully you'll listen to the podcast when it comes out on Saturday. I still have to do a bit of post-production on the interview. But he was saying, a pineapple is a pineapple, and his husband and his daughters, they love pineapple, and he hates pineapple. And he was like, but trust me, I'm going somewhere with this. It doesn't make the pineapple any less of a pineapple because he doesn't like it and other people do. It just is what it is. And other people's perceptions are their perceptions based on their upbringing, their tastes, how they are genetically predisposed to like it or not like it. And we like the pineapple. Like, it doesn't matter if somebody doesn't like you. I mean, yeah, it hurts. This is the goo. We go through the hurt, we work through it, and we come out the other side. This is growth. And that's why it feels just horrible, and rejection is not nice. And we know this, and we can move through it. And the bit I call this live, this is my face. Because, and actually I'm saying that in a very Leicester accent, this is my face. Because I said to Becky before, and we'd just been planning our lives and talking about it, and I said to Becky, oh, I might even put some makeup on. And she said, I won't. I'm not wearing makeup. I haven't worn makeup for 2 years. This is my face. If you don't like it, you could fuck off. And it made me laugh a lot. It did make me laugh a lot. And I thought, yeah, this is my face. And so often, my scheduled post, I was derailed by somebody reminding me of the story of Rangoli Patterns and Mr. Shah, which is why you'll probably see, or go look for it now if you haven't seen it already. I just shared one of my memories, and it's about how our childhood memories and experiences shape who we are now. And that wasn't my original post. That was just something that somebody dropped into me, and I thought, oh, I'm inspired, off I go. And I was actually going to post something called What It Took for Me to Do a Live Video, because it took me a lot. And I never did live videos without doing my hair and my makeup. And I have 3 kids under the age of 6.5. That stopped me from showing up. That stopped me from sharing my message. That stopped me from helping people, because I had all this baggage about, oh, do I look all right? Do I look nice? Oh, am I smart enough? And obviously you want to be smart. Although, I mean, I'm not wearing pajamas right now, but I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I do lives in pajamas and I put on a smart top. Does that dilute my message? No. I did actually brush my hair this morning. Does the quality of my hair and whether I'm wearing makeup, does that make a difference to the quality of my message? No. And the thing is that I know that I held myself back out of a lack of self-esteem. Really, that's what it comes down to. It comes down to, I don't always like the way I look, and I know that many people have this too. Give me a wave, or like put a 1 in or something if you've ever had that, like, where you're so worried about what you look, how you look, and how you come across as, the first visual impression, that you stop yourself from doing something or speaking to someone or going live or sharing something because you're so worried about what you look like. And yeah, Becky, if you're watching this, I can't tell, but I've just tagged Becky anyway. It was a throwaway comment, and she said, "This is my face. If you don't like it, go off." And actually, I like wearing makeup. Sometimes I wear makeup, and if I'm going on a date with John, I do like to wear makeup. But I haven't got time for that. Because I haven't. And some people love wearing makeup, and it's their thing, and they like doing it before they go out. And if they want to, yeah, do it. Like, somebody said something the other day as well, like, you just do what you're doing, and as long as you're not harming anyone, it doesn't matter. So yeah, this is my face and other life lessons. This is my face. I am a pineapple, metaphorically speaking. Some people will like me, some people will not. You're a pineapple, metaphorically speaking. Some people might like you and some people might not. And that doesn't devalue the pineapple. I will tell Josh that I shared this story. It doesn't devalue you. If other people, a lot of people send me messages saying, I've been judged because I do things differently, because I parent differently, or, my mom is having a go at me because they think I'm soft, and because they're saying I should bring in the naughty step and I should do punishments and things. Or when I acknowledge my child's feelings, verbally in front of other people, sometimes they roll their eyes, or the archetypal kid losing their brain in the supermarket and everybody tutting around them. I do share my favourite story of parenting through all the trials and tribulations, which is my child losing his brain on the floor in Waitrose, and a parent walking by and going, been there. it will pass. And it was wonderful. But you know what? Whether somebody totted at me or whether somebody showed me solidarity in Katniss Everdeen style doesn't change the fact that I'm still a good mom. And my kid just lost his shit, because that's what they do. That is developmentally appropriate for an 18-month-old who, you know, he was tired. He was tired and he was overwhelmed and he wanted to go home, and we didn't know then, but we do know now that he does have sensory input issues, but he's very sensitive. So, you know, big noises are really, really, really big for him, and actually supermarkets were overwhelming. So whether other people tut or not doesn't matter, because this is my face, this is my parenting style. It's not harming anyone, I'm not harming anybody. Just hopefully you're seeing the parallels to your own life, and you know, if you like it, you like it. If not, I'm still a good person. So here we go, other life lessons. Your face is beautiful. Your face is your face. Whether you like your face or not, it is yours, and it is precious. Everything about you is precious, and if other people don't like it, that's about them. Truly, truly, it is about them. It's not about you. Please do not take your self-worth from what is reflected back to you from other people, because they're just reflecting how they feel about themselves. There we go. Oh, that got a bit deep. It's 10 o'clock and I promised myself I would be in bed by 10:15, so off I go, because I'm keeping promises to myself, because I deserve it. Okay. Have a lovely evening. Bye bye everybody. See you soon.